Peanut considering the Vi and will be able to lock that one in. We know this is one in his top 5 most played champions of all time. And there's that Ambassador that I was talking about, confirming the Aurora for the mid lane.
This is a lot of dive, a lot of strong engage onto a single target, which means that something like an Ezreal that's less popular these days, but we know Ruler is incredible at, could be something that we see.
Yep.
The Yorick is going to be the answer here for Keen. This has been a pick that's been very polarizing. In the hands of our best top laners, though, is safe, and we called it out earlier. It seemed pretty obvious that if it was left up, it was going to be picked here. I think a lot of Rise group teams, and even like maybe Duckdom doesn't play this, maybe, you know, you don't see GU play this.
So far, as Viper getting crashed into here, we're starting this aggression early, but it looks like he will just be able to walk it off, no flash necessary.
I believe that was blind as well. I think he did it before Ruler got there. Hard to say for sure, but kind of crazy.
Making sure that they just continue to remove these guys from the jungle. As Viper taken down to 50%.
There's just
that back does get to come in, and he won't actually be able to get there.
They could actually blind again.
Oh my God. Another one connects. Go to the wayside here. And the experience not even found there for Viper. So already a rough start. Azeka not as rough. All right, well, Canyon, he's going to look for a little bit of invade here towards the jungle. But I stand by exactly what you said.
You know what? Peanuts here. Jovi is just going to face check.
Yeah, he is. As decent amount of CC done by that Bolt Breaker, as the flash has to be there.
Your support can just set up your Qs, and that's what we're seeing here. Is Canyon's going to show up at level 4. Delight, half health, has to heal.
Yep, heal going to come through immediately, as there is the Eclipse. They do just decide to go in on the Leona, though, and that was after it wore off. Duro tanks the turret absolutely beautifully.
What he can do with even a small lead.
Yeah, this is the problem, though, because we need POM to go to Duro.
I know.
And that's going to be more and more difficult unless he can make something happen here. There it is, Keen picking up the second kill for Gen G. Justice Ruler happily pushing wave after wave into Zeus. Fair bit of extra damage there as Duro does make his way back down again. Shattering Strike going to connect, but Zeus still able to get the cannon minion.
Just Shattering Strike and then Ruler Qs like every time. Ruler also just hits all of his Qs anyways, but...
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't even need you to be here, Duro. Like, what are you doing? Well, Canyon's gonna dive.
Yeah, they're looking for the angle here. Public execution might actually just be Zeus as Ruler walking on past the turret. The last minion does go down. And does he have the Arcane Shift? The answer is he does not need it.
Like, Zeus is trying to sidestep. He's like, I'll just auto you.
Yeah. Well, now we've got a Cease and Desist onto Canyon. He's got the Crescent Guard, but unfortunately everyone's in melee range, so he is just dead. 1 kill on the board here for HLE. No more perfect game for Gen G this time. As True Shot Barrage does find a bit of damage onto Peanut. These Grubs under fire. HLE will be able to lock down the second one as Arcane Shift out there from Ruler. Yep, the Grubs being put to work immediately. 4 members towards his top side as we do have the Aurora rotating up as well. As Chovy going to get there, they can just Realm Warp underneath this turret. That is going to allow them to defend. 4-man strong. Cleanse comes out from Viper as the Rune Prison comes in. Canyon trying to find an angle here. Great sidestep on the public execution.
Just a few weeks away.
Yep. Zeus having to deal with the Ghoulie Wall once again, but Keen now in trouble as Peanut turns up. A cheeky little punch towards the Ghoulie Wall as the Maiden was actually being very annoying to Zeus as Keen keeps himself.
Okay, that's how you check a bush.
That is how you check a bush, 100%. Yeah, only cowards don't just press R on a potentially occupied brush. And now Keen doesn't know that there is no ult. So he's going to be like, why isn't he ulting me as they put him in the goal? I mean, Keen is really dead. Peanut is going to take a little bit of damage, but otherwise not too much to worry about. Down he will go. Meanwhile, Delight could be in a bit of trouble here. Featherstorm comes out as Duro could also be getting amongst it. True Shot Barrage is going to connect. This is feeling very Rise group. Maybe you were just foreshadowing.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. As Chovy, you got to be careful, man.
Yep, he does have Flash, and he is going to use it, but the flash forward from Zeus to follow.
As there is a TP for Zeka as well. He's going to use it right away.
Yep, Canyon going to dive in as Peanut also immediately throws down the ulti onto the Xin Zhao. Public execution connects onto him as well. The Canyon was surviving for such a long time, but still, these health bars are melting. Ruler has to get over the wall as unfortunately Duro not going to be able to do anything here. And the Rift Herald does go over at the same time.
and Ruler has to get out of the pit.
Oh dear. Well, Chovy is between some worlds, as we can see. Trying to phase rush his way out. We'll see whether that will allow him to escape. And I think the answer is it just won't. Vicinity of this one.
There's that TP from Chovy, but he's late.
Yeah, a lot of buttons available here. Shield of Daybreak does come on through, and down goes the Rise. Oh man, welcome to the party, Chovy. Maybe you didn't really want to be here. As Canyon will see whether he can actually be in position to get a smite down as the feathers are in position. Canyon gets on in. There is a great crescent guard, but Peanut finds the smite this time around the goalie wall. Actually getting some work done as Delight still keeping himself alive. And yeah, Ruler is doing a fair bit of damage, but unfortunately it's not quite meaningful. And Zeka finds the back line. Ruler Arcane shifting to try and escape. And unfortunately, even with all that damage, he is still dead. A clean ace for HLE.
It looks like
HLE probably
dead again, question mark?
Yeah, Zeus is going to chase after him. There's a public execution. And Chovy just going to see whether he can realm warp his way out. And he does manage to do so. I think that's super relevant here as Zeka now finally does have a gold advantage despite it. As Peanut, possible engage option, but the Solar Flare going to be avoided by Ruler. Cease and Desist does come in, and the exhaust is down as well. Chovy moves over, wants to do some of the damage, and Ruler stays alive for quite some time. Still, it doesn't matter. The bottom lane is still obliterated.
But I don't know if he really wants to risk it for this one, and Zeka's just going to check just in case. Realm Warp?
Is a Realm Warp opportunity as Canyon's like, nah, brother, I don't really feel like doing that. They do dive in on top of Zeka. They find the Aurora. It's a lot of damage as Peanut likely to get wiped out, and there's a teleport back in from Duro, but now Viper has found his target. The triple kill as soon as he flashes over. And Delight is now just keeping this Baron interested. Duro doesn't have a smite at the ready or any funny business like that, so it will just be the Baron secured. Delight almost falling, but does have the Eclipse, and it absolutely is.
And Chovy gets a little bit of push on the top side, but here's an engage.
Yeah, Magnus Storm to come on through there as a public execution down on just Duro is not something that Duro really cares about. Let's see whether Zeus can survive. That's 11 dashes that he's used so far. Rune Prison not going to be dashed out of this time around though, as Genji I think should be able to take that one. Still, Cease and Desist.
Wait a minute.
Does come on through. There's Between Worlds as Ruler desperately trying to keep himself alive, but it does not work. Down goes the Ezreal. Peanut survives for just about forever. And Chovy's like, all right, well, I guess that's enough work that I've done here today as HLE clean up the rest. Certainly not there anymore. 2.3k the advantage for Viper, who does have a cheeky Last Whisper as well as those first 3 items. This Xayah is so frightening. 2 levels ahead as well as Solar Flare going to just connect on the edge towards Canyon. Otherwise, not too much more going to happen. There's the engage onto Delight. But he is so deceptively tanky, it's ludicrous. Takes down Canyon. Peanut able to grab kill credit for that. And now Genji down a member. Let's see what can happen here. Oh my goodness, it's a blender. Into the bloodbath they go as Viper free hitting, takes down the Yorick. And it's another kill for Peanut there at the same time. Chovy just watching as his Nexus turrets get obliterated. Let's see what he can do. I don't think it's anything at all. Instead, they're going to be preparing for a Game 3 against HLE here in the Legend Group. And maybe there's finally a new contender for that top 3 spot.
This is so important for Hardwell Life Esports.